Global Transporter, Caldoria Heights Apartment, Sector 3. Searching for opening transport route now. Route accessed. Upon entering, transport card will be required.
Yeah, we gotta go in. So much more exposition already.
Please insert your global transport card now.
Huh, no fly. Well, let's put this in.
Choose a destination.
Don't go to Hard Rock, don't go to Flagstaff, just go to the TSA.
Foreign organism detected in transporter. Please hold for tracking and sterilization process. Foreign element eliminated. Preparing destination transporter. Recording passengers organic substratum. Prepare for molecular disintegration. Thank you for using global transport.
A lot of people like Jean Junot, who did the Caldoria Heights kiosk spokesperson, and the narrator Eric Thompson, have very minor things that might only be even just one role. But I'll take the first one, well, the Eric Thompson back, because he's actually done a lot more. He's known for narrating. In fact, he's actually on Monster Ships as the narrator. Expedition Bigfoot as narrator. Lost Beasts of the Ice Age narrator. He's done a lot of narration for shows, including this one, so... In fact, he's even done the Eastern State Penitentiary episode of Ghost Hunters, if you've seen that episode, as narrator. So, yeah. He's a lot more popular than some of the one notes, but there are some. Let's go into work now. The place is a lot less creepy in some ways, but a lot more in others.
Meanwhile, back at the Batcave.
Haha! Okay, time to do the code. You guys ready to sing with me?
Please hold for ID check. Scanning. Verification of central cortex scan. Scanning for biotech implant. Identification confirmed. Welcome, Agent 5. Your fourth late arrival has been verified and logged.
Oh, we don't have to. That's right.
So help me if I miss the first human encounter with alien beings.
I wouldn't worry about it.
But yeah, we don't have to enter codes in this one. No feelies. Yay. Now, we got these 6 heads we can talk to. There is a reason. Notice we have a score. I'm also going to do something. Turn down the ambience a little bit. I'll leave the sound effects as they are. Yeah. This is a good track, by the way. You click on this head.
Dr. Elisa Crenshaw, inventor of the first faster-than-light drive.
Equipped with a faster-than-light drive, humans can once again unfurl their sails and navigate a new and endless black sea by the light of billions and billions of bright stars.
Now this is where we get into double rolls, because I think... Sorry, Arthur, I'll get back to you in a second.
Welcome, Agent 5. Proceed to the command center.
On my own pace!
I didn't think I would ever see a head bigger than mine.
Dr. Candace White, inventor of the first morphing smart alloys.
Throughout the history of time, humans have attempted to explore every new frontier before them. The mysteries of land, sea, and space have already unraveled before us. Now that matter reintegration is a reality, humankind can truly explore the most infinite frontier. The micro-world of molecules that make up the universe.
Dr. Candace White is also Connie Craigle. And I don't think the other voice for Alyssa Crenshaw, which is voiced by Christina Vogile, which is Sabrina Walchek, we'll see her later. I thought she was ahead here, I guess not, but we'll hear from her later. Meanwhile,
Dr. Enrique Castillo, Earth's first ambassador to the symbiotry of peaceful beings.
As we have struggled on Earth to blind our eyes to the differences that have separated us in the past, so must we now, as a unified people, acknowledge and welcome the differences of races from planets other than our own.
Paul Eggington, folks. You may know him from Fashion House as Nigel Hamilton. But if we hold E, we'll find out something about this character.
As we have struggled on Earth to blind our eyes... By the way, I'm not wearing any pants.
If they don't say a name before they start speaking, then you know you triggered an Easter egg. And yeah, I'm not going to answer if I'm wearing any. Because you don't need to know. I could be wearing pants, I could be wearing shorts, I could be wearing something you don't even expect. But I'm not going to tell you.
Roberto Jimenez, first Unified Earth President.
The role of government is to protect the innocent and promote peace. With this new, unified world, the Earth stands on the verge of a peace that will forever change the face of humanity.
That was President Jimenez, voiced by David Huffman, who was also in Witchcraft 5, which I have never played. But if we hold E...
I loved Buried in Time. It was better than Cats. I will play it again, and again, and again, and again.
I don't know which cats he's referring to. But I heard the Disney one's not doing as well as they'd like, so he might be referring to that one, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not commenting.
Dr. Seiji Matsumoto, inventor of the cybernetic cortical matrix.
The design of the cortical matrix was based on a neural net of the human brain. Like children, these constructed beings will evolve and grow, and from them we must also learn.
No, that wasn't who you thought it was. That was Tommy Yoon voicing that character, which he was the director for the making of Robotech Love Live Alive, which is a documentary short. He was executive producer for that. He was the executive producer for Robotech The Inside Story. So he's done a lot of, in fact, he's done a lot of Robotech as producer. So if you know him for that one, you now officially seen his face. He was also the producer for this version. So there you go, a little bit of a surprise there. Even they got in on this one. Oh, wait. I forgot I tried hitting back and I couldn't hit back. Hold E.
Be sure to get a copy of the comic book series Buster the Amazing Bear, which is up to volume 4232.
Dota's highest case closed, which is an I don't know what number by now. And the last head.
Dr. Elliot Sinclair, inventor of the first time travel device.
The invention of time travel may in the future save humanity by teaching the world to avoid the tragic mistakes of the past.
Everyone, I have to give a moment of silence for Dr. Elliot Sinclair, played by the late Graham Jarvis. You may have heard of him from other things, such as Star Trek The Next Generation. He died back in 2003. I do have his page up, and I'm trying to remember which line, but He was in a lot of stuff. And he was in the original Journeyman, too. You'll see why later, but... he was actually in all of them. He's the only one that was. In fact, this game is dedicated to him. So yeah, this was one of the last things that they had for him. Kind of sad when you think about it. And the guy's been doing a lot. But I can't find the Star Trek one, well, which episode he was in for it, but... So I am scrolling through quickly, trying to find it, so we're not taking too much time. Here, I'll let this play out while I look. Holdy?
If you have a dead alien and you just don't know what to do with it, try this recipe. Take 1 Cerolin, mix in a blender with a little milk and a whole banana. Not too sweet, but really a treat.
My god, that was dark. It was Klim Dokuchen in Unification 1, that episode, 1991. But wow! And there's the Pegasus down there.
Gage, tell me honestly, you're really the only guy that works here, right?
You saw Agent 3 walk by! So you would expect that in the first episode. Boy, the command center got an update. Or a downgrade, whichever way you want to put it. Because instead of just walking right into the chair like we did last time and shaking everything, we have to walk around the whole station, turn here, and get in the chair. My god, this game. This is one of the downgrades, okay?
Activate upper left monitor.
Shut up, game. I want to do what I want to do. But we're going to have to do that. Unfortunately, there's a small problem. Sing it with me again, because we got another code. Are you ready? 0, 5, 2, 4, 1, 3, 3. I know I'm not in sync, but I don't need to be. It's just how I remember it.
The Particle Accelerating Space-Time Transporter version 1, otherwise known as Pegasus, was the brainchild of part-time historian, full-time physicist Elliot Sinclair. In 2311, after seeing Sinclair's time-bending experiments, the government contracted him to build a full-scale operational time machine. The purpose of this device was to explore our past, as well as to discover the truth behind many disputed historical events. Just 4 years after the project was begun, the world's first time machine underwent its first test run. However, due to mounting concerns by individuals who believed that the machine would be used not only to explore history, but also to alter it, the test run would be the first and last time that the machine would be used for research purposes. The project was discontinued, and Sinclair was forbidden to ever work on time distortion projects again. Time travel now being a reality, the government secretly set up the Temporal Security Annex as a means to safeguard history from sabotage. You, the members of the Temporal Protectorate, are among the very few who know of its existence.
Boy, we're special, aren't we? But yeah, you can skip these if you want. I'm not, because it's story.
The simplest analogy for the theory of time travel is that of a tunnel in time. When someone travels through time, a tunnel is created which originates when travel is begun and ends when the traveler lands. If some event in the past is altered, theory states a rip occurs in the fabric of time, which gives rise to a temporal chain reaction. This chain reaction takes the form of a reality distortion wave and could take anywhere from a few seconds to several hours to reach the present. Of those who aren't uncreated when the distortion wave hits, many will suddenly have a new life, and the past as we know it will cease to exist. Traveling back in time before the distortion wave hits, though, allows an agent to jump over the distortion wave and escape its effects. So as a member of the Temporal Protectorate, you alone will have the ability to jump back in time and prevent the corruption from ever happening. And to ensure that it doesn't happen again, you'll have to discover the source of this disruption and bring it to a halt.
Tasty MacGuffin, right? If you hear more just to see the differences and you just want to skip through that, I will put the time to skip to in bottom left. So don't worry, you don't have to watch these again if you don't want to, but let's go into procedure.
In the event that it becomes necessary to restore the proper course of history, the procedure is as follows. As quickly as possible, get to the ready room and use the Bio-Support Suit generator. The Bio-Support Suit is an indispensable element of the time travel process and is essential for your protection. Next, get your assigned mapping and Pegasus biochips and the Journeyman key from the cabinet next to the Bio-Suit generator. The Pegasus biochip is your link to Pegasus. It is what allows you to be pulled back to the present at the touch of a button. After you're outfitted for travel, but before the reality distortion wave reaches the present, you must jump to the year 200 million BC. Upon arriving there, use the Journeyman key to open the storage vault and obtain the Journeyman historical log. Since it exists at a point in time previous to any likely temporal changes, this disk serves as a source of unaltered historical information. To discover how history has been changed, head back to the Temporal Security Annex and insert the Journeyman disk into the computer. It will be cross-referenced with the historical log, which was left behind to be altered by the reality distortion wave. Knowing how, when, and where the past was changed should give you the information you need to restore the proper flow of history. A word of caution, though. Time is very sensitive to change. In order to keep from altering history worse than it already has been, try to solve the problems you encounter without changing anything. As a rule, a Temporal Protectorate agent should never interfere with any events of the past. Never leave anything behind that came from a different time. Never remove any historically important objects from a time zone. And above all else, an agent should never interact with beings from another time zone.
So that was interesting, wasn't it? I know. It was great. So let's return. I think we're done. That was all three. Uh-oh.
Warning, warning, warning. Temporal Rip detected. Alert status Alpha. Temporal distortion imminent. Agent 5, proceed to ready room.
Does anyone remember what to do? Oh, by the way, don't let that bar hit the end. You will die. Door. Open door. I think when you're out of the cutscene, you are safe. Just don't watch that cutscene fully. Yeah, you're supposed to interrupt it. Amazing, right? So, spaz out a little bit. Well, freak out. Sorry to any viewers I might have accidentally ticked off. I left that in. But yeah, we want to go in here. He said we want to go in here. Here's our Journeyman key. Info on the Journeyman key, please. So it has one use. Let's grab our important biochips. With this, we can't head home. And this is my favorite biochip. Hey, look, we can see what they are. But there's info on the mapping biochip. This got nerfed. And here's the Pegasus one. I'll show you the Pegasus chip real quick, even though we're only going to use it once, basically. We're not even hitting the button to recall. Well, we could just hit this button and head back. For redundancy, right here. This will let us warp back. Alright, let's get fitted.
Ultrasonic body type assessment. Mesomorphic. Infrascanning insect body dimensions. Configuring biosupports parameters. Stand by for bioencapsulation.
Alright, we're good. Door. Come on, let's go, go. Alright, and now we can go down here. You guys seen the light flashing above? At least the game is nice, it does point you to where to go. Let's go in. And we are now officially here. Good morning, Pegasus. Let's get in. And now we actually get to watch the cutscene again in a little way. Look at the top.
Select a destination from
See how we have a little bit of it, but
monitor.
We click this and we hit activate. You can see how the timeline was supposed to look for if we failed and let it hit all the way.
So you finally decided to make it into work. And only 32 minutes late this time. Obviously you think TSA rules do not apply to you. Well, you are wrong. As of now, you're grounded. 1 week of review and data cleanup work in the command center. And you can start by reviewing TSA agent procedures, which you've obviously forgotten.
Sounds like it's time to enter the numbers. Oh, wait.
You're not one of those people who doesn't like to read directions, are you?
My light reading is the toaster manual. Do you remember that from last episode, Arthur? Or did you forget? I'll put a skip code for you guys if you don't want to read this again or you don't want to read it at all. Just make sure, note that it's your first time playing. It's probably a good idea. So I'll play it for you guys.
The simplest analogy for the theory of time travel is that of a tunnel in time.
When someone travels through time, a tunnel is created, which originates when the travel is begun and ends when the traveler lands. If some event in the past is altered, the theory states a rip occurs in the fabric of time, which gives rise to a temporal chain reaction. This chain reaction takes the form of a reality distortion wave. It could take anywhere from a few seconds to several hours to reach the present. Of those who aren't uncreated when the distortion wave hits, many will suddenly have a new life, and the past as we know it will cease to exist. Traveling back in time before the distortion wave hits allows an agent to jump over the distortion wave and escape its effects. As a member of the Temporal Protectorate, you alone will have the ability to jump back in time and prevent the corruption from ever happening. To ensure that it doesn't happen again, you'll have to discover the source of this disruption and bring it to a halt. One main caution exists. When time jumping, never allow the energy level that sustains the temporal link between yourself and the Pegasus device to be depleted, for integrity failure of this conduit will end any possibility of returning to the present.
Boy, that was interesting, wasn't it? Let's try procedure.
In the event that it becomes necessary to restore the proper course of history, the procedure is as follows. As quickly as possible, get to the Ready Room and retrieve your assigned mapping and Pegasus biochips and the Journeyman key from their storage containers. The Pegasus biochip is your link to Pegasus. It is what allows you to be pulled back to the present at the touch of a button. Next, enter the Biosupport Suit generator. The Biosupport Suit is an indispensable element of the time travel process and is essential for your protection. After you're outfitted for travel and before the reality distortion wave reaches the present, you must jump to the year 200 million BC. Upon arriving, use the Journeyman key to open the storage vault and obtain the Journeyman historical log. Since it exists at a point in time previous to any likely temporal changes, this disk serves as a source of unaltered historical information. To discover how history has been changed, return to the Temporal Security Annex and insert the Journeyman disk into the computer. It will be cross-referenced with the historical log which was left behind and altered by the reality distortion wave. Knowing how, when, and where the past was changed should give you the information you need to restore the proper flow of history. A word of caution. Time is very sensitive to change. In order to keep from altering history further, try to solve the problems you encounter without changing anything. As a rule, a Temporal Protectorate agent should never interfere with any events of the past, never leave anything behind that came from a different time, never remove any historically significant objects from an environment, and above all, an agent should never interact with beings from another time zone.
Boy, that was interesting, and that is kind of important. We do need to know that. But now let's go into background.
The Particle Accelerating Space-Time Transporter V1, otherwise known as Pegasus, was the brainchild of part-time historian and full-time physicist Dr. Elliot Sinclair. In 2311, after seeing Sinclair's time-bending experiments, the government contracted him to build a full-scale operational time machine. The purpose of this device was to explore our past, as well as to discover the truth behind many disputed historical events. Just 4 years after the project was begun, the world's first time machine underwent its first test run. However, due to mounting concerns by individuals who believed that the machine would be used not only to explore history, but also to alter it, the test run would be the first and last time that the machine would be used for research purposes. The project was discontinued, and Sinclair was forbidden to ever work on time distortion projects again. Time travel, now a reality, the government secretly set up the Temporal Security Annex as a means to safeguard history from potential sabotage. You, the members of the Temporal Protectorate, are among the very few who know of its existence.
Uh-oh. Guys, did you, read that,
Dear God, it's finally happened. And with you of all people on duty, Gage. This is it. It all depends on you. Get to the ready room. Let's do it.
Okay, ready room. Got it. Yeah, let's go. We gotta hurry. Normally, I'm all for watching cutscenes, but this one cutscene you don't want to let finish. If this goes from here to here, you die. Now, you may notice it's barely moved. So, here's the thing. We just avoid death. We can take our time walking to the ready room. And we avoid death. Now, I get why you'd probably want to have this desk set up like this. You know, it's kind of in the way, but if someone try to get in, you'd be able to knock their head off in one shot with a gun. Right? As soon as they open the door, off with their head. But we already have these two. These two will probably take them out before they even get through the front door. So we've already gotten that. And here's the ready room. Now we gotta go... I usually go this way first. And we'll get some biochips. Unfortunately, I don't like these as much.
Temporal Rip emergency confirmed. Access authorized for Agent 5G, Blackwood. Preparation complete for Mapping Biochip, Pegasus Biochip.
These are wonderful toys.
Not as wonderful as they used to be. And yeah, I gotta put them over here. I'm used to putting it over here. Notice what the mapping biochip says. Auto-tracking unavailable in pressurized environments. This chip got nerfed. If you notice that in the original Journeyman Turbo, I was using this chip a lot. It's not useful anymore. You only need it for one puzzle. Basically, it tracks your movements and displays them only in pressurized environments. And if you tab out of it for another biochip, it will suspend until the biochip is reactivated. So we won't be hearing Arthur in a certain puzzle. But while I'm at it, here's the Pegasus biochip. Here's our date that used to be up here. Our location. Oh, it shows the elevation. But yeah, this is more filled in than it used to be. Interesting. Yep, it's our link to Pegasus. So what allows the Pegasus device to pull the agent back to the present, monitor status of Rip, and gives the details and locational data. Not really useful, but it's there. But we need a lot more than we used to. Did I just go one step too low? There we go. I need to go one more step.
Temporal Rip emergency confirmed. Initiating protocol. Access authorized for Agent 5G Blackwood.
These two used to be right on top of each other. Now you have to take two steps. A little less time.
Hey, now that's nice. Birthday present?
No. But it's useful. Not. It allows an agent to open the storage vault, which contains a Journeyman historical log. Not really useful much, but... Take one step forward. Turn. Well, here's the biosuit generator.
Temporal Rip emergency mission in progress. Pegasus access authorization confirmed for Agent 5G Blackwood. Prepare for biosuit encapsulation. Ultrasonic body type assessment. Mesomorphic. Infrascanning exact body dimensions. Please keep hands inside turbolift.
Whoa! Wee! I was about to ask how do we get to Pegasus, but... Now here's something I really don't get. In a situation like an emergency, where there's a Temporal Rip, not only get to run around that box, have to run extra to get the key, but shouldn't the entrance be here? Not, let's see, here? 90 degrees where it should from the original. Yeah, they didn't think when building this place. And I don't mean the designers from Presto Studios. I mean the original.
Agent 5, do not attempt to leave Pegasus. TSA protocol strictly mandates that the Pegasus remain sealed from all outside contact once a temporal repair mission is initiated. Remember, this protocol exists to protect the TSA agent from the effects of temporal anomalies that may have occurred in the corrupted time stream.
All right, Gage. The world has only one hope, and it's you. I pray that after the rip hits, TSA will still be here for you to transport back to. Good luck.
And I said original, I mean the construction people that made the whole thing and set this building up in universe.
You must immediately activate Pegasus before the approaching temporal distortion wave reaches the present. You will be traveling back to the year 200 million BC to recover the Journeyman historical log. After obtaining the disk, you will initiate your auto-recall function, returning you to the Pegasus. Once you have returned, you must compare the corrupted and uncorrupted histories of the planet and determine the most likely origins of the distortions.
But yeah, so we gotta do this again. Now, they've really started to change things here, as you've already noticed. This will be interesting.
Help! We're new to this time-traveling thing.
Yes, we are. He's not, though.
The whole space-time continuum concept is actually quite simple. You see, Gage, space and time are actually just floating along in a big lava lamp.
So that was an interesting scene, wasn't it? Now, I highly recommend a save. Always save at start of a area. I'll just go. That. I'll go to Pegasus for a little bit just to show you what things look like now. We can see a planet, jump date, the longitude, latitude, the elevation, and the rip status. And now, after bumping the mic accidentally, don't step forward again. Don't go that way. Let's just turn it around and go back the way we came. Beautiful though, isn't it? Shut up. We have a T-Rex! What did you just say? We have a T-Rex! Get the Journeyman key out now, because that's where we gotta go. Plop this in. And hey, we got the historical log. But let's recall ourselves. You can see we just hit the button, it pops up, jump. That's our one use. And instantly back home like nothing ever happened. So yeah, that's it. That's all you had to do. Quick, short, to the point. So I'm gonna exit. Excuse me. And, well, before you view the historical log, I'm actually gonna save the game and end the episode here. I think Control S works. Yep. So yeah, I'll oversave this one. Hope you guys have fun, and I'll see you on the next one. And yeah, it's a 3.1 virtual system. See you then. I kind of like the old one better, but notice how they said there's a little thing with this island? Look what they put here. Oh, and by the way, the most useful chip? Not useful. But if we go and let an environment scan.
Scanner information regarding this area is mixed. Advise extreme caution.
So yeah, if you want to hear the mission briefing, you can. You don't have to, but you can just run north all the way. Don't walk off an edge or you'll die. And that's the only way to see your score. Which, by the way, goes up to 500. You go north if you hit a wall, go west, and then go south. Then we go west again into this cave. But yeah, if you want to see your score, it's right up here. You can see what it is. It's nice right now. Let's do this. I will try to go...
Go on. Pull my lever, punk.
Okay! I will try to get a perfect score, but I'm not going to guarantee it.
Let's take a look outside.
And yeah, Arthur is giving us some good advice. So let's go take a look outside. So let's go back east. Kind of miss having the mapping biochip. Now we want to go north. Keep going. One more. Perfect. You don't want to walk into that hole. It doesn't matter. You're not going to die if you walk into the hole. It's just there. Oh, hi!
I feel like yodeling.
Warning. You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
Bye, Arthur! Whoosh! Like, literally, over the edge with him. You don't have to go up this way, but I'm just going to show you just for kicks and giggles.
Currently detecting more biorhythms from a rather large reptilian life form. Caution is advised.
Don't touch those eggs. Touch the eggs, you die.
This place gives me the creeps.
Yeah, it feels like a dinosaur's home, so we're not gonna, you know. There is an achievement for getting all the deaths, which there are a lot. In fact, each of these cliffs count as a separate death each. And you see this little gadget here? This one?
You know, I'd be willing to bet that's where they've stashed their loot.
Place hand on scanner for ID verification.
Yeah. Walking off this counts as a death. A separate death than the others, too. So we put our hand on the scanner.
No, why don't you go first, Gabe?
Nope, we're going together. Shut up. Hey, we made it. Uh-oh.
We're probably going to need a key.
Yep. But look how much health we used. Not even a lot. All I do is just do this.
Keep looking. I'm sure it's right under your nose.
Yeah, I'm sure too.
Agent 5, you have accomplished your mission and recovered the Journeyman historical log. You must now return quickly to the Temporal Security Annex and review the disk.
Yep, the log disk that contains historical accounts and news reports which chronicle all of recorded history. So yeah, we need that. So let's go
Warning.
back.
You are currently 124 meters above the rocky shoreline below. Please exercise appropriate caution and dexterity.
Well, we're not going back that way, but it doesn't matter. Let's go back this way. All safe, we got the disc, we did the thing.
Agent 5, what are you doing joyriding in the Pegasus? Your research reconnaissance mission was not scheduled until... Wait a minute, what's that uniform you're wearing? What's that look on your face? You have a lot of questions to answer, soldier. Once you have finished logging your report in the command center, I want to see you in my office immediately.
Something's wrong here. I don't think there are gray elephants in Denmark. And I don't think something good happened, so we might as well exit and check the historical log. Shouldn't we? But you guys really want to know something? I'm gonna have to say we're gonna have to wait until the next episode, because it's that end. I'm gonna end the episode here. I hope you had fun. I'm gonna overwrite this one, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.